I wanted my design to reflect their emotional journey.
At first, she was afraid to reach out for help.
I used the sleeve to wrap around the body.
I think that tangled knots kind of portrays how difficult it is to get out of the situation.
Capturing both their pain and also the empowerment they gain throughout the difficult times.
It was good and everything was perfect, and she thought she finally found the man of her dreams.
From what I can tell from the story, I think that she was like quite afraid.
At the same time, she also feel isolated and lonely.
And she was also like fighting for herself and her kids.
This is the most difficult thing that have ever happened in her life.
The survivor and her husband, they had a beautiful marriage in the beginning, but I think due to issues in their life, the husband took to alcohol. It kind of led into domestic violence.
She had a husband who was very physical and mentally abusive.
The first kid was still okay, so she was still bearing it, but it was a bit rocky already. And then the second kid came, and then she realized that like, oh, this is actually not good at all.
Until one time, when the abuse was going on, her daughter kind of blocked her from the husband, and that's when she realized that she needed to let go.
We don't really hear a lot of stories about the child like protects the mother, but that moment where she was seeing how her mother was being treated, she just basically was a barrier between the threat and her mother.
One thing about this whole relationship she had, she said it was weighing her down. The holes in my garments represent the scars of what I think she's been through, and I also used a lot of heavy fabric like knits and denim.
I used like 3 pieces of white shirt to make a different direction of the different face of the man. It's kind of like you don't know which one is the real face of the person.
I want to tell the story by putting silhouettes of the domestic violence because I want people to be able to recognize how she fights for their rights.
She had to start from scratch, and how she had to build her life again after she left that abusive relationship.
I decided to do like this corset. It kind of looks like an armor. I mean, that was my vision. It has a little bit of structure to show like the more masculine qualities, while as the bottom part is actually very flowy to show a more feminine silhouette, which actually represents the motherly side of the victim.
So working with the second-hand clothing, it's actually symbolized the fresh start for both the fabric as well as the survival of the domestic abuse. By using wet look, isolations and compressions, this approach allowed me to create the pieces. The visible and invisible scars truly reflect the emotions and experience of the survival.
Okay, so the puffiness of the dress is basically to show her safe bubble. Her mom's arms has always been her protection. She had to step out of that comfort zone and just protect her safe bubble, which is her mother.
I mix ties with lace because I think in reminiscence of the power dressing era where women were dressing as men and how she became a businesswoman, it's cool how she succeeded, which I think is amazing.
She really inspired me.
I'm glad that she has taken the step into becoming a better version of herself and also trying to heal from her scars.
There is a way out, and you just need to have the courage to actually leave.
There is beauty in recovery.
Just know that you have people you love around you and that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.
She is kind of my inspiration.
I am a victim of domestic violence, and I am speaking up not only for my kids or for myself, but also for you. Don't ever give up. Remember that you have a voice and you have a chance to change what is not right.